be honest, felt a bit adrift for a while, but feeling much more connected as using a bit more technology to actually speak to colleagues across the council.
In terms of my personal well-being, I think I'm in good company saying that this has definitely been an unusual and anxious time, but I've got to say that my team has really rallied and worked to communicate with each other and support each other, both in terms of work and our personal lives. And that support has been a real silver lining, and I feel more connected to them than I ever have, and I feel really supported and valued. And I feel like I give that to others in my team. And yeah, that's been the biggest help to my well-being in this time, is to feel that connection.
Staying connected is always an issue. I've not found it too bad. My internet's quite good here in Culloden. I've managed to adapt my lifestyle to suit the council's way. Sometimes we had problems at the start with too many people logging on and peak times of the day and not allowing people at welfare and people like that to actually use the network. Now it's better, now that we have this always on VPN system. We can work pretty much a normal day. It's good to stay with mobile contact within the rest of the team, so I know I can pick up the phone and phone them if we've got any issues or anything like that. And so far my IT has been fantastic. It's not let me down at all.
So since lockdown started, my team have all been working at home. We have members of staff spread across Highland. We've all been keeping well, had challenges like looking after young children, and obviously just finding our ways around working in different ways. Some of that has been quite easy and been quite positive. In a sense, I think as a team we probably feel a lot more connected because we are all spread across Highland. We generally normally only come together once a month, but lockdown has helped us to think about how we meet more regularly and use Skype or other means to connect. So in a sense, I think that's kind of brought us all together as a team, is meeting more regularly, and we've been doing lots of development as a service because of that, so it's been a good opportunity.
But productivity certainly is something that initially I thought was going to drop, but it's actually given us a different pressures and different roles. I find my day trying to resolve problems. Effectively, as an engineer, I'm a problem solver anyway, and trying to resolve problems that have been brought up by COVID-19. So that's something that has quite unexpectedly become an issue. But surprisingly enough, it's actually not as affected my productivity as much as I thought it would.
We've been very lucky to be able to keep in contact with our service users in different ways, whether that's by phone or whether using video calling. Actually, young people having their own Google Chromebooks has been really helpful because we can use that facility to keep in contact. Have I been able to do the same job as before? In a sense, I have, and actually some of that has been better because normally I travel about Highland a lot. I've been able to adapt and do things using video calling, doing things in different ways. It's been very busy, so I've not had to go looking for work. It has been busy.
Productivity-wise, I would say for a while, not enough to do, but that's because I'm a very active person, lots of different roles within the council, and I'm always involved with lots of different activities, but a lot busier this week and feeling a lot better for it. So that's been really good.
I'm quite lucky in that I'm able to work fully from home in the same capacity that I had in the office. The biggest change is the loss of the face-to-face meetings. And by this, I don't necessarily mean structured meetings because we, of course, have Skype video. We still have really great ways to stay in touch and have those meetings. It's more the spontaneous meetings where you might have a conversation in a tea room that leads to your discovering that someone's working on a project that you might be able to contribute to. But in general, I've been just very busy helping with the work being done to provide childcare to children of key workers. And as such, I've had tons of daily interactions with our ongoing operations. Though my work in coordinating and analyzing our live data is similar to what it was before. It's just been the method by which I receive and coordinate it might have changed somewhat.
Challenges? biggest challenge is how my role will look in the future. As a trainer, I work face to face in classrooms, and I enjoy the crack you get working with colleagues in that respect. So how will it look in the future? I think training in IT for people like myself and virtual training delivery will be essential looking forward.
Challenges. What have been the biggest challenges so far? Well, the biggest challenges I fear are yet to come. There are challenges, day-to-day challenges adjusting to COVID-19 and the shutdown. But when we get back to work, things like social isolation, things like not being able to interact with the team in the way that we have done, we'll need to find new ways of working then to do that. Working from my perspective, how the contractor works and deals with social distancing, all these things, these are all new challenges, and I'm sure we'll get round them, but they're all new challenges that we have to meet. So I fear this is almost the calm before the storm. I feel that the actual real impact will be here shortly, once we do try to get back to normal.
And I've been amazed at how, some of our team have young children, and it is really difficult. But I've been amazed at everybody's motivation and enthusiasm just to try and make things work and adapt around the service and also their own needs.
The biggest challenge has definitely been trying to design, implement, and maintain these new systems of daily data collation in a live setting where dozens of people are accessing a live spreadsheet simultaneously. So, for example, if I want to make any edits or correct problems, I have to coordinate with other teammates to notify people that the spreadsheet's going to come down, and then I have to make those changes in a very short turnaround because, of course, we need to have the live documents accessible and editable by area staff as much as possible. We can't take it down for an entire day to leisurely fix things. I have to be quick.
Looking at different options and how to deliver training using modern technology. I tried to learn a bit of British Sign Language. I'm not going to embarrass myself by doing any. But looking at future blended learning opportunities has been quite interesting. And the money that could be saved by using these techniques, especially considering the landmass of the Highland Council area, is phenomenal.
I've learned that, and I've always known that it's a case of adapt. Every day is a learning day as far as situations like this is concerned. You have to find a new way of doing things. Again, like my earlier question, I think that a lot of the learning will happen later on when we actually go to try and meet the demands of dealing with the aftermath of this virus. I've learned lots of things, like I've learned things about geotechnics, things that would bore most people. I've learned things about bridges, concrete, all these things that are keeping my CPD up to date and help hopefully making me a better engineer. And I've learned actually that it's important to turn around and just take time to yourself as well. To turn around and just take that little bit of time out to turn around and try and get your mind in the right place.
Yeah. In terms of what the council would be able to do for its staff that might help in these situations, I think that increased ICT training might be helpful. As more and more people are working digitally and remotely, for example, staff might be eager to take advantage of additional training in Microsoft programs such as Excel. I've seen a lot of people, accessing Excel who may not have used it very much before, and I've been able to provide some assistance, and so they might welcome a more universal approach to that.
I think I've really seen how IT could be used more effectively. Face-to-face and personal contact is brilliant, but I think there's a level we can still have so that we're more efficient. And I know actually some of the travelling that I would normally do, I will be looking at how I manage that differently now. It's also helped me to look at some of the systems we have as a service, kind of the paperwork and some of the governance we have around, and definitely adapting. But I've also learnt that we can connect as a team and come together in different ways, and we've done that through video calling and having weekly team meetings.
To be honest with you, there's an opportunity in it, and there's an opportunity for the council to actually turn around and work in a new modern 21st century way. Sometimes you need that little bit of a kick up the backside, nothing that with the COVID-19's given us, to turn around and push your way into that. So the technology will be the big thing that question that people will be asking, and if we can do it, there's a good opportunity to make some good savings for the council. We don't need probably as many buildings as we have. We certainly don't need to travel as much as we did. Without the buildings, we don't need the same electricity. Staff can interact in a different way. They can come together to meet and socially interact as and when they need to. We need to get more in the frame of mind that is productivity driven rather than actually time driven.
Budget-wise, it goes back to saving money on that travel for training and the delivery of training. Using IT a lot more for training and meetings. I think we have to accept the fact that change is coming and we've got to embrace that change.
So I think, IT has been proven during this time to be the kind of saviour. And I actually think if we were to look at services individually and their IT needs, we could look at how some of the things that we do could be done more efficiently. I know in terms of some of our admin, we don't have any business support, and there are admin tasks that we do that we could do more efficiently with other IT, which would free us up more to meet with families and children, young people. So
it changes every day, doesn't it? Positive, I think we need to look at the planet. So reducing travel, etc., would be great for the environment. Car use, so if we do more local meetings, we can cycle and walk. So I think that's very, very positive. The negative side of it is the potential impact on mental health, especially for our colleagues who've maybe been quite happy with their old normal and how they'll adapt to the new normal.
I'm hoping that the new normal takes into account individuals' needs, maybe encourages people to have a better work-life balance, that we can be a lot more compassionate, but also there's been a huge focus on well-being, and I do think that's important, that we manage the work-life balance and allow for flexibility within the workforce.
The new normal, well, I think that's pretty much what it will be. I think there'll be more people working from home. I think there'll be less people travelling. I think there'll be more people using technology. I think there'll be less buildings that the council has to upkeep and maintain and heat and use electricity. There are more opportunities for having areas for people to actually come together, maybe outdoors, maybe indoors, certainly in a better environment and a more friendly and healthy environment. What will it take to get you to be most productive? That's the question we should all be asking.
Yeah. I don't know what the new normal is going to be like. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know how long I'll be working from home. All I know is that the most important thing is that we continue to protect ourselves, protect the vulnerable, to be as healthy as we can, and to support each other however possible. This is going to be a long slog, I think, and the best way to get through it is to keep working together and to keep looking out for one another.